Do you ever think back to a show or a movie you watched as a kid, and it might have been a big part of your life and you have very clear memories of it existing, but you know if you try to explain the plot or any of it to any other person who hasn't seen it, they would think you were making it up? Well, for me, that is The Who Was Show, a Netflix 2018 series that ran for one season and is the craziest thing I've ever seen. So here's a retrospective. I'm guessing if you're watching this, you probably have never seen this, or maybe you have and you just want some proof that not only does it exist, but that other people have watched it. Basically, it was a show with a set of cast members, and they'd be like an actual show talking about, oh, who's this week's guest? Except it wouldn't be just a celebrity guest. It would be a historical figure. One that's featured in the Who Was book series. It's an elementary book series that talks about history and is biographies for a bunch of historical figures. And that's what it's based on. Kind of a weird concept. And in this set cast, there is the person in charge of everything, but for the young adult cast members, each week, each episode, I should say, two of them would dress up as a historical figure. One day, it might be Marie Antoinette and Louis Armstrong. The next, it might be Frida Kahlo and Susan B. Anthony. And if this premise sounds relatively normal, I need to tell you that you are dead wrong. There was a segment where King Tut was doing a TED Talk, and it was called a Tut Talk. He was wearing a black turtleneck and everything, too. He just had the same headdress. It was insane. And then Queen Elizabeth I sang a rap about everyone who was in line for the throne before her. And there's just so many segments like this in the show. George Washington Carver was an undercover superhero protecting different plants and growing peanuts. Benjamin Franklin and Gandhi do a rap battle. There is a segment where Benjamin Franklin also talks with a French intellectual group about trying to come up with a solution for farting. Susan B. Anthony is broken out of jail by Frida Kahlo, and then they sing a song about feminism. Marie Curie is in a parody of The Fast and the Furious. It's called Too Fast, Too Curious. This show is absolutely bizarre in every way, shape, and possible. And I think it ended very fittingly. It came as it lived, confusingly, without much plot, and unconclusively. The last episode follows Bruce Lee and Julius Caesar. I don't think I can reiterate it enough, but the historical figure combinations they do in this show make no sense. There is no rhyme or reason, and I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of love it. But Julius Caesar's been causing a lot of problems on their set, and so they got Bruce Lee, who is a famous martial artist, to take him down. Bruce Lee's jumping up with his high kick. Julius Caesar's flying with his sword in the air. Ron, the person who's in charge of them all, standing in the middle. We don't know if he's going to eat his grapes. And then the episode stops, and then the show's over. We don't know what happens. It's just done. And I remember being so sad as a kid that we never found out what happened and that season 2 was never coming. Now, I know it might sound like I'm not the biggest fan of this show, but I just can't bring myself to watch it, because the more I think about it, the more it hurts my brain. All of the stuff that happens in the show is insane, and I think there's something beautiful about that any show that is this weird and crazy could ever exist. And even though it lasted for one season, I think its crazy cliffhanger ending kind of wrapped up the show perfectly. It was kind of campy, it was kind of weird, it was very unfunny, it was trying to be relevant with pop culture, but I wouldn't be mad if it became popular randomly. It's a funny show, what can I say? So if you're looking for a weird, absurd, and surreal show, you have Netflix. I would suggest this one. It's pretty short, not very good from a story or anything else that would be typically a good show, what we would call it, but it's a very unique idea, and I think creative things like this that might be not the most interesting to everyone are really great to have, even if they just are there to make the landscape of television more interesting. But that's what I have to say about it. Hey guys, so thanks for watching this video. So this video is kind of different from what the subjects I usually talk about, and I definitely probably won't be talking about this show ever again, but if you're really interested, let me know about a topic and I might cover it. I'm probably going to be talking about the regular stuff I talk about back by next week, but I'm also kind of busy, so I'm not sure if I might be delaying my next video. But that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Bye!